Ask him if we introduce each other.
We're gonna
On today's episode of the One and O Sports Show, we talk about the Red River Rivalry, how weird this NFL season has been, updates in the MLB postseason, and so much more. We'll dive into the hottest topics in sports and play some good old-fashioned trivia. All this and more coming up on the One and O Sports Show.
We're going to have an exciting show. We're going to talk about the NFL divisional round and what we expect from it. We talk about Texas's inconsistent start in Big 12 play for men's basketball. We'll finish with some talk about our women's basketball team. So we got a packed show today.
I got to go the other way. Texas A&M, they got a lot of identity issues. Are they an agricultural school? Are they military? Are they blue collar? Are they academics? They're all over the place. So
now, I'm always a sucker for a one-handed catch. I have tiny hands. I need 3 of them just to catch a football. So this one-handed grab in the end zone, that's just super impressive in my eyes. That's going to be my play of the week.
Mayo pour on college game day. Look at this. Just the guy and the North Carolina, South Carolina game, just straight eating it, shirt off, rubbing it on his body.
Hey, listen, the Cinderella story ends here, Texans. I'm sorry, man. The chariots turned back into the pumpkin. It struck midnight. Whatever you want to say, I think it ends here.
Hi everyone, welcome to One and O Sports, where we dive into the hottest topics as of late. My name is Louis Perez, and I'm here with my co-host Jaden Salazar. Jaden, how are we doing today?
Pretty good. Good. I'm excited to get into all of these deep topics.
Yeah, interesting stuff we got coming up. Before we get started, today's show is brought to you by Cat Metro, Austin's transit system. We connect you to work, school, play, and everywhere in between. Plan your ride to this weekend's game at catmetro.org. Alright, so now let's get into our picks for who's hot and who's not. Jaden, who do you think is hot right now?
Well, starting off strong with our Las Vegas Aces, our WNBA superstar winner, Asia Wilson. As the WNBA has grown more speculation over time, so has the amount of stars we have seen throughout the league. This goes without saying that she deserves the spot on the hot seat because she is leading the league in both scoring and rebounding while carrying the Aces to another finals run. Wilson is truly changing the face of the WNBA as she's averaging over 24 points and 11 rebounds all game, all while executing one of the toughest defenses in the league. Wilson's leadership and consistency has made her the standard for excellence in women's basketball. She is now a 4-time MVP, 2 times Finals MVP, and a 3-time champion, putting her in rare company with Lisa Leslie and Candace Park. Especially in last night's game, dropping 34 points, 14 rebounds, and hitting the shot with the fadeaway jumper, ending the final score 90-88 with the win for the Aces. All in all, she is just one of the hottest we can talk about and is dominating the WNBA.
Yeah, interesting stuff right there from Asia Wilson. Everybody should definitely check out WNBA Finals whenever they have a chance. So who do I think is hot right now? I'm going to have to go with the Nebraska Cornhuskers volleyball team. Right now, they are currently ranked number 1 in the nation, and following closely behind are the Texas Longhorns. Now, this Nebraska team lost their head coach, John Cook, and now they got replaced with Danny Busboom Kelly, and their team has not dropped one bit. Their defense has been absolutely phenomenal. They have offensive weapons on all over the pins, including their first-team All-American middle, Andy Jackson. She has been absolutely lethal from all over the court. And in their most recent win over number 16 Penn State, Nebraska held them to negative 150 hitting percentage. That means that they forced Penn State into more errors than they had kills. Overall, this team is clicking on all cylinders, and they have earned their spot, rightfully earning that number 1 seed.
It's the same story we see every season. It's like Texas and Nebraska, always competing with each other. It's just such an amazing, I love volleyball. All right, let's get into the who's not. Louis, who do you got for who's not hot?
Yeah, who's not so hot right now? I'm going to have to go with the Florida State Seminoles football team. Yeah, their quarterback has just not been doing it for them as of late. And they're having way too many turnover problems. Anytime that this quarterback is under pressure, he continues to fold. In their most recent matchup against Miami, Miami had 42 pressure situations and absolutely dominated in that category. Now, this team has been plagued with a couple of injuries, including to their star right tackle, Michael Pettis. And the disruption in this has not provided consistent protection amongst the quarterback. And pass protection is absolutely crucial when you're playing against a top defensive team like Miami. Now, because their lineups are shifting, this is leading to a lot of inconsistencies for me. Their lineup has just not been producing as of late. They've lost their last 2 games. I just don't see them doing so hot right now. Now, we did see them in 2024 struggle. They did not have their same 2023 slate where they went undefeated in conference play. This team this year is just not doing it right now. I just don't see them being so hot.
No. I mean, honestly, just going off of what you're saying, I completely loved that game the other day just simply because of Miami's offense. It was just so amazing. But we'll get into that later. On my take on who's not hot, Penn State football. Oh my gosh, what is going on, Penn State? Well, Longhorn football isn't the only team right now that's getting a lot of heat in the world of college sports. Penn State is right there with them. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to truly understand this is one of the biggest switch-ups in college football because Penn State is indeed struggling. They came out with the expectation of being a Big Ten powerhouse, and now they've literally got 2 losses in a row, especially in the game against Oregon, going into double OT and still coming short. Shocking, but nothing more shocking than losing a team who was shocked that they beat Penn State was literally UCLA. I swear that game was just like completely insane. Everybody, not even a UCLA fan, was just like standing in the crowd like holding their heads like this because they were all like, wow, we just beat Penn State. Sorry, Happy Valley, I'm sure this is not what y'all wanted to hear, but this is what you guys are paying for. Don't get me wrong, Drew Allard is talented, but consistency is what we see in a lot of college football quarterbacks, and they lose it in the first place. One minute he's brilliant, and the next he's throwing to the fans in the stands. This team can't seem to find a rhythm in offense, and don't get me started on their defense. Without Tony Rojas, they're just giving up points left and right. I'm curious to see their homecoming against Northwestern, but Penn State needs to wake up, or this will be hands down the worst season for Penn State.
Yeah, that's a pretty big drop-off, going from number 2 in the polls to absolutely unranked.
Yeah.
I think Texas Longhorns know a thing or two about that at the same time.
Absolutely. All right, now let's get into some of the things making headlines this week. The League Division Series has begun, and we've seen some surprises from career-high performances to shocking displays in effectiveness. Who or what has been the most surprising thing you've seen in the ALDS or NLDS so far? I'll go ahead and begin us. The Toronto Blue Jays come back. The world is pretty happy in the fact that the Yankees are eliminated from the series. Let me break this down. The Toronto Blue Jays have absolutely demolished the Yankees in these 4 games, with many people stunned because of the fact that the Yankees were projected to make a deep playoff run. And the bullpen strategy, don't even get me started. Manager John Schneider brought 8 pitchers in Game 4, and Jeff Hoffman closes it out, striking Cody Bellinger out for the Final 4. But can somebody explain to me how that happens? Depth, execution, championship level planning. Toronto just showed up ready to play. I am telling you, baseball fans, the storyline just writes itself. Career highs, shocking meltdowns, and a Yankees team left scratching their heads. I am a Yankees fan. I promise you I was not scratching my head. This is just the same thing we see every single season. It is unbelievable, and honestly, playoff baseball, this is just what it is simply about.
Yeah, going off of what you said, I think a lot of teams can relate to having those high hopes and just their fans knowing that they are not going to produce. I feel like that's a trend that we see in a lot of pro teams going on these days. Yeah, piggybacking off of what Jaden said though, I am also gonna have to go with the Toronto Blue Jays. That is most surprising. What is most surprising for me has been their rookie starting takeover. In Game 2, Trey Savage, only his 4th big league start, struck out 11 and pitched 5.1 innings without giving up a single hit. That is absolutely ridiculous for a first postseason start. Absolutely. And it flips the script on what you expect for rookies to do under pressure in tight games in tight situations at the same time. So far, they have a lot of depth over star power, meaning that they might not have the biggest stars in the game, but all of their team can produce in high-pressure situations. And then they also quietly handled the Yankees, like you said. The Yankees have been dominant, but Toronto just outscored them 34-19, proving that this was not a fluke, that they absolutely deserve these wins. Outscoring them by over 15, 20 points is quite a big margin. Yeah, and the momentum shift definitely has shifted towards the Blue Jays at this point. If you told me in April that the Blue Jays would enter the ALCS doing so by dismantling the Yankees, I would not have absolutely believed it. I just have to go with the Blue Jays with this one.
Yeah, it's just a complete turning point for just the postseason, especially the Yankees. But I mean, yeah, Yankees have been known to flop within pressure, so it's okay. I'm still a fan, die hard, of course, but whatever. We'll get into the next topic.
Yeah, so far this NFL season has given us some oddities, especially looking at the league standings. What team do you think will fall out of the playoff picture in the next couple weeks, and what team that isn't doing so hot will turn things around and grab a spot?
Well, Louis, honestly, I'd rather you start us off because I have quite a lot to say in this topic.
So to start us off hot, this is a pretty hot take. I'm going to have to go with the Kansas City Chiefs dropping off.
Yep.
Yeah, the Kansas City Chiefs just are not playing their best football right now. Their offense is sputtering, and Mahomes just does not look like he is in sync with his receivers. Yeah, just to say the least. He does not look like they are on the same page. And in that loss to Jacksonville, it clearly exposed their lack of rhythm and their lack of execution.
Yeah, I mean, truly, I completely agree with you, and I'm gonna go ahead and flip the script, and let's go ahead and focus and hone in on the Eagles. I mean, genuinely, what is going on in the NFL, y'all? Like, we are seeing the Super Bowl championship team and another one flipping the script of the Super Bowl. The Eagles do have a 4-1 record, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying they suck. I'm simply saying we may see the Eagles face some issues that could derail the secured spot that they have in the Super Bowl. The Eagles are averaging just 262 yards per game, their third lowest mark through 5 weeks since 1971. 1971, y'all.
It's a long time.
Quarterback Jalen Hurts has been inconsistent in the offensive line, even with its Pro Bowl talents, isn't providing the protection needed. The running game, Saquon Barkley, after dropping a record of 2,005-yard season, is just averaging 53.4 rushing yards per game. And the downfall of A.J. Brown seriously needs to be studied. That's a significant drop-off for the Eagles team overall, and it's raising eyebrows across the league. Simply, the Eagles are at a crossroads, but the secured Super Bowl spot is no longer guaranteed. Of course, defense is still good, so we shall still see, but sorry, Eagles fan, I know that last night, that loss was just stinging on y'all for sure. And as far as a comeback, I definitely say the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons are 2-2, but it hasn't been a pretty season. I'm just saying we could probably pull some hope for them. They've had big leads and they couldn't hold their defense, and they've been just giving up way too many points. That's a problem. However, on offense, Michael Penix Jr. has talent, but injuries are slowing him down. If he isn't 100%, this team will struggle to score consistently. Coach Raheem Morris has to get this team clicking. Let's not count the Falcons out, though, because they've got stars like Bijan Robinson and Drake London. And if they can fix their mistakes, this team can turn things and make a push for the playoffs. They've still got plenty of season left, so honestly, Louis, we shall see where they end up, but I don't count them out for the playoffs.
Yeah, that's a great take. Going off of Jaden's team, Michael Penix Jr. in that game over Texas when they played against Washington, that was absolutely brilliant on his play. He's an outstanding player.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and for my team that I'm going to have to go with making a comeback, I'm going to have to go with the New England Patriots. Just because their win over Buffalo, I don't think that was a fluke at all.
No.
We seem to find a lot of consistencies in their defensive line, as well as their offense, finding good balance in the running game and the passing game at the same time. New England could slide into that wild card spot, and everyone
Is this, but I have a strong feeling we could see the Spurs in the playoffs this year. I mean, come on, we missed them last year. Such a young team that's gonna be built with greatness. I know. After, I'm just taking all these takes honestly, but I would know as a Cowboys fan that I may be considered a wishful thinker or manic in some cases. But after a 34-48 record last season, they're looking to make a serious playoff push. And why? Because they've got core that's ready to explode. First and foremost, they've got Wemby. This young phenomenon is not just generational talent, but he's a game changer. De'Aaron Fox is also back this season, bringing a level of talent and playmaking that the leadership that the Spurs just need. Let's also not forget Stephon Castle, the reigning Rookie of the Year. If they still stay healthy and continue to develop their young talent, don't be surprised if San Antonio is back on top sooner than everyone expected with all these young studs. Now, as far as missing the playoffs, the Nets, I'm sorry, y'all, but I just don't see y'all making it this year. The Nets are dealing with serious roster changes and chemistry issues, and especially with their star Kyrie Irving gone. It's just not looking good for the Nets this year, and honestly, they also gave up Cam Johnson for Michael Porter Jr., and that will just hurt them in shooting efficiency and defense overall. So personally, I got a no for the Nets making an appearance. I'm sorry, y'all.
Yeah, sorry to all those fans in Brooklyn. I also don't think the Nets will make it. But that is not the team that I picked that will miss the playoffs. For this one, I'm going to have to go with the Phoenix Suns missing the playoffs.
Ooh, yeah.
I think Devin Booker needs to focus just on solely basketball at this point. The Suns have been trying to reboot around a lot of their new players, but their chemistry, I just don't see it happening this season. They lost way too many veterans, and with that, you lose your team chemistry at the same time.
Absolutely.
And the Western Conference, as we know, has begun to spiral, becoming more difficult year in and year out.
Yeah.
Injuries and inconsistency in their lineups, I just don't see the Suns making it this year. Yeah, and one team that I think that will make it into the playoffs that did not, I'm going to have to go with the Detroit Pistons at this point, just because Detroit has already shown a lot of flashes from their youth. They overexceeded everybody's expectations last year, winning 44 games. Literally nobody expected that to happen at all.
Yeah.
And they've added a lot of deep veterans into their roster, so I think that will play a part. And we've also seen that the Eastern Conference is not becoming so difficult. It's quite literally softening at this point.
Absolutely.
So I think if Detroit can make a deep run, if they just play their game, do what they know how to do, I can see Detroit making the playoffs this season.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Good luck to all you Pistons fans. We might see y'all. Who knows? But, okay. Yeah.
Yep. Coming up, we're going to get into our Versus segment with a very special guest. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the One and O Sports Show. Today we are here with our very special guest, Roger, and we are going to be choosing some of the best clips from the past week of every single sport. Roger, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm really excited. This is my first One and O Sports Show, my first Versus, my first TSTV show. So I'm excited to dip my toes in the water here and pick some good highlights.
Absolutely. We're excited that you're here. Then let's get into it. Let's go.
Yeah, shout out to Roger, first time on TSTV. That's awesome.
Yes.
So to start, we're going to go with best NFL plays of the week. So my pick that I had for this one was the Jamar Chase touchdown for the Bengals versus the Lions. Just, you guys got to check this out. It's an awesome play right here.
Oh, yeah. Jake Browning.
He completely jukes everybody out.
Jake Browning or Joe Burrow. Oh, toe tap. That's the thing about Jamar Chase. Backup quarterback or not, he's going to make plays.
Absolutely.
That is just beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go into mine, though. I highly feel like this was a very good highlight. Devin Lloyd's pick 6, y'all. Let's just roll the clip. This is just beautiful. Absolute gold. Look at... And there he goes. He's off. Just dodging every single defender. Can y'all...
Yeah, not easy to pick off Mahomes, but then take it back 99 yards to the house and juke him out a little bit.
Just
every defender's dream.
Just a solid performance from Devin Lloyd.
Yeah, like we talked about the Chiefs, just not... I don't know. The Chiefs just not doing so hot right now.
Mahomes has not found it.
No.
This is a tough one to pick between. You see the Jamar clip. He has great field awareness, knowing exactly where he is, high pointing that ball. But then you look at the Jags clip, like that is just great film study, knowing the route concept. He saw what was coming. He dropped back, knew what was coming. But I think I'm gonna have to give it to Louis for the Jamar catch. That is just great toe tap. You can never go wrong with a great toe tap.
Starting off strong. I like the choice. There we go.
Perfect. Well, we're going to go into our best MLB play from this past week. Started off strong, the catch from first baseman Vladimir Guerrero Jr., the Toronto Blue Jays. This was just, oh my gosh, like he completely read that, like, and especially being such a fast pitch like that, I just absolutely love this performance right here. That was just a beautiful dive, and then he ended up striking the other runner out. I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, that's great. I mean, that's not really something you see from a first baseman typically. Like, I mean, I think people say like he's pretty athletic for a first baseman. You know, it's kind of like a backhanded compliment type thing. But I mean, that's extremely athletic, and he flashes the bat all the time, and it's great to see him show out in the field. So I think it's a great clip.
Very strong batter too. He's one of the best on their roster. So
yeah, pretty impressive stuff right there. I'm a former baseball player myself, but I was an outfielder, and I'm gonna have to turn it to Victor Robles on the outfield catch for the Seattle Mariners with this one. Just roll the clip. You guys got to see this. Look. Yeah, just watch the clip. Pretty solid hit right there. He comes in out of absolute nowhere, makes the catch.
That is beautiful. Full
Guy on
extension.
second did not tag up and gets the double play in the end. That is neat stuff right there. He come in from absolute nowhere to get that catch.
Ooh, not only is that a great catch within the awareness, the heads-up play to get him out at second. You love to see a full extension dive on the baseball field. It's not often you see something too exciting in baseball. You know, it's a long game. I can relate to being an outfielder as well. You know, you got to cover a lot of ground. But I think I'm going to have to go with Jaden's on this one. You know, seeing that type of athleticism from a first baseman, he's almost flat-footed. You know, they call third base the hot corner. I mean, why can't first base be treated the same way, right?
Absolutely.
I think we'd be talking about that as a top 10 play as a third baseman. I think we should respect the first base side as well.
For sure, yeah. Underdogs for real.
Evened up 1-1.
Yeah, both plays extremely impressive. Now we're going to turn it into best college football play of the week. I have to go with Virginia's pick 6 over Louisville in their last game. You guys have to see this one. Yeah. Just watch how he gets down, throws the ball, picks it off, and takes off from there. On the ground, makes the throw, throws it to the opposite team, however. Would have been a pretty impressive play it would have gone in their favor, but it just did not.
Yeah.
Yeah, as a former quarterback, that's one that you go back to the sideline, their coach is just take the sack, man. Just take the sack.
Yeah, I can only imagine they were doing a lot of laps after that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, for my pick, I actually really liked this one. I thought it was such a dominant performance from Miami's Malachi Tony touchdown over Florida State. Go ahead and roll that clip. Oh my gosh. What a performance. That was just so solid, and he five guys on him, and could not outrun. He outran them. He literally, just what a dominant touchdown from him. I loved it.
Yeah, I mean, he really just ran away from the pack there. I mean, it was a great ball. Hit one move, make a guy in space miss. I mean, that's like the definition of getting the ball to your playmakers. But I think I'm gonna have to go with the pick six on this one.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to overlook a quarterback damn near on the ground throwing the ball to the other team. I mean, I think that alone is enough to put that clip up there. I think that's almost a Will Levis level highlight right there from that quarterback. But
sure.
Great awareness by that DB, not giving up on the play. I think a lot of people would have just been like, oh, he's down, like my guy's got him. But he stuck with it, made a play on the ball and housed it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jaden's clip, however, did just reinstate my claim that Florida State is just not looking hot. They're just
good.
Number 2 Miami, they're just on a roll right now.
Yeah, I know, for sure. Let's go ahead and look into the worst ump or ref mistake. Even the biggest blooper at this point. J.L. Skinner commits pass interference on Dallas Goedert. The Eagles and the Broncos. I mean, this was just a crazy, had me like, whoa, that was pass interference, bro. Like, there's no way. And no call. That's just insane to me. I can't believe that. That even the Eagles guy was just like, yeah, it just looked really,
I have
bad.
no idea how you missed that. That's right in front of your face. I don't know what these guys are doing out there.
Yeah, you're standing about 3 yards away from the ball. He's not even making a play on the ball. He's not looking back towards it. Goddard's completely wrapped up. That's got to be one of the worst missed calls, which we talked about one earlier, going back to the Rams and Saints. Maybe not quite as egregious, but that's pretty bad. I think that should have definitely been a call, and I am one of the biggest Eagles haters of all time.
Absolutely.
So that's a lot coming from me.
I think a lot of what I was reading on Twitter was like people were saying that prevented them from scoring, like winning the game, and I think I'd have to agree. As a Cowboys fan, I'd have to agree.
You get that penalty right there. You get the ball like at the 10-yard line. You're 2 tush pushes away from a touchdown. It's the Eagles. They're gonna get theirs. So it's a huge call.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of big calls, bad refs, just everything overall in tight situations. For mine, I'm going to have to go with the Chicago strikeout in San Diego. Now, watching this live, I could not believe that they called this a strike.
Oh,
There is absolutely no way, and you can see from San Diego's reaction that the ball was clearly way too low to should not have been called a strike. Even the coach is running over there to go look at it.
Wow.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy. They got a little bit of that hometown strike zone there, playing in Chicago, but...
Yeah,
hitting a baseball is hard enough, man. Hitting an MLB pitch is hard enough. I almost don't need to make it any harder, especially at this point in the season where, it's October. It's playoff time. Like, these games matter. These are to win or go home. You hate to see that in the hands of the refs. You hate to see that in the hands of the umps.
Yeah.
This is a tough one. These are 2 really big missed calls. I think I'm going to have to go with this missed strike, though, because I think the Eagles deserve to have a few missed calls here and there, I think they've gotten away with a bunch of false starts and offsides on their tush pushes, so, what goes around comes around.
Absolutely. Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so coming up for our last segment of Versus is my absolute favorite, the best miscellaneous play of the week. And for this one, y'all know I love me some volleyball. I love watching volleyball. I'm going to have to go with this Nebraska save right here. Here we go. Check it out. Play from the middle. Brings it back in to start the play. Overpass. Completely lays it out to get the ball back in play. Gets it over. They do not win the point. However, you love to see an effort like that from a team, especially from a middle blocker. And the complete layout, you cannot deny the intensity from that team.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was a very intense clip, honestly. Woo! Yeah.
Goosebumps, chills, man. You love to see a full layout in volleyball. Doesn't happen a lot, especially because like the court's so small. You know, they get kind of cramped, but when they get the space to go make plays like that, I think those are the best venues. You know, letting them go be athletes, letting them make plays. That is a great highlight. Love to see those type of rallies.
And for my pick, it was against the Texas volleyball team's play over Tennessee. Oh my gosh, just check this out. Ramsey Gary literally dives into the fans, and oh my gosh, what a save. That was just completely beautiful. I loved it. And still saving it. Like, oh my goodness. Just what a
Ramsey
what a
Gary.
rally.
Ramsey Gary,
What a
man.
rally.
Let's just take a moment and all just appreciate Ramsey Gary. The transfer from Indiana, been a huge part of this Texas volleyball team. I've been loving watching our team, doing so good right now. I think we've lost two of the last like 26 sets or something like that. Undefeated, and it's plays like that. Like it's early in the game. It was the third point of the set. You know, and you're going to come with energy like that. I think a lot of players are like, you know, it's early in the game, we'll get these points back. But, you know, she put her head down. She made, you know, not one but two great hustle plays, two good digs, set up a point for our team. So I think we'll have to go with yours, Jaden, Miss Ramsey Gary with the hustle plays.
Absolutely. Well,
Yeah, definitely Ramsey Gary, future libero of Texas volleyball. Once our beloved senior Emma Halter graduates, she's so awesome. We love her.
So it looks like, Louis, you have won the trophy.
Congratulations, buddy.
Yes.
Great selection of highlights. Great assortment. We had MLB, we had football, we had great hustle volleyball plays. Amazing performance, man.
I just want to give a shout out to all these teams for allowing me to have these picks. I could not have done it without y'all, and those refs. I could not have done it without y'all.
Oof. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hot take. Well, thank you so much. When we come back, we are going to start up our trivia segment and dive into this past week of Texas athletics. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the 1-0 Sports Show. We are going to be talking about Texas athletics. Oh my goodness, what a week. What a week. So on Saturday, the Texas Longhorns put a disaster class against the Florida Gators to the fall of the 3-2 on the season. What does Texas need to do to salvage their season, and what record do you think they'll end up with? I can go ahead and just begin this one since I feel very passionate about this topic. Texas needs to get it together, honestly. The O-line needs serious improvement, as Arch Manning was sacked 6 times during the game and allowed pressure of 58% of his passing plays. They just simply need to protect him. Arch himself needs to improve on reducing his turnovers and improve his decision-making to execute the offense more effectively. Now, let's talk defense. Defense has shown strength in run defense and maintaining consistency in avoiding breakdowns in coverage, which are crucial for keeping opponents from scoring. Special teams have also contributed to this disaster, and at this point, they just need to address the issues of being able to provide better field position and the scoring opportunity. Looking ahead, Texas has several challenging matchups, but if they can correct all the errors and weaknesses, I'm giving them about a 9-3 record with a potential loss to Georgia, just because Georgia's offense is just pretty solid.
Yeah, and we all know how difficult a place it can be to play in Athens. That is just a difficult matchup that the Longhorns are going to have to overcome at some point. Georgia did come into Austin last year and beat us on our home turf. Not a lot of Texas fans were happy about that one.
No.
Yeah, for
Literally.
overall, though, I think Texas needs to improve their entire gameplay. Now, to go off of what you said, the offensive line, like you said, I think the offensive line needs to improve as a whole. They are allowing Arch to get sacked way too many times. He is having way too much pressure put on him at this point.
Yeah.
But as much as everybody has talked about the offensive line, we have to go with the defensive line as well. As much as we're scoring, other teams are scoring more or just as much as us. We are not putting enough emphasis on defense if teams are scoring this many points this early on in the season against us, especially having what was arguably the #1 defense in the country going into this season.
For sure. And I think our D-line is honestly important to prevent OU from scoring tomorrow. Like, just so many future plays that could be just prevented overall if our D-line cleans up as well. It's just such
another big thing that I would like to say is that everybody wants to point fingers at Arch Manning. We all know that it is not a one-man team.
Absolutely.
Everybody has to do their part. Everybody needs to play their role, and everybody needs to do it well.
Absolutely. They need to defend Arch above anything. Arch needs to be able to execute plays thoroughly. He needs to be able to have time to throw the ball. Let's be honest. So, gotta get that cleaned up. Anyway,
Yeah.
But
for Texas record at the end of the season, I'm gonna go ahead and put them at 7-5, just because I think that there's a lot of difficult games coming up, a lot of road slates that could just put us not in the college football playoff conversation at all, which they might already be stuck in.
Well, let's go ahead and move on to the next topic. Texas soccer continues to have a lackluster season, falling 3-9-1 and 1-5-0 in SEC play, clinching a losing record for the year with 4 games left in their season. What is causing this major drop-off from last year, and what do they need to get back to for next year's success?
Yeah, to start, I think one of the major changes that this team has had has been in their roster. They lost a lot of seniors from their team last year, and having that veteran just presence on the field, I think plays a huge role into teams winning games, especially in a sport like soccer, where you rely on your teammates to communicate with you as much as possible. And also, I think that Texas soccer needs to improve in their formations. We have seen them have a lot of overlapping issues in their last few games, as well as their wingbacks having to carry a lot of the defensive and offensive production that is coming from this team. And once that happens, teams will eventually get super exhausted. If one player is carrying that much weight on the soccer field, I think that can continue to tire them out, which leads to the other team bringing in subs to continue on the game.
Absolutely. And the transition into the SEC competition has not only increased the challenge as the conference competition level has just begun, but it's honestly a lot more competition than what Texas has faced previously. And I think that just so many standout players have been playing their part, but it's like you said, new roster, little bit more competition going into especially plays against more built teams and who have their veterans on their team still. It's kind of a newer team, but we're still seeing some of their highlights, and they're able to actually just grow from this. I think it's still an opportunity. They may not make the playoffs this year, but we're still looking to have a pretty solid season, I'm thinking.
Yeah, it's only time before this Texas soccer team gets it together. I think simply they just need to trust the process. They know how to win. They won the SEC last year, their first season in the conference. I think that they just go with what their coach is teaching them, trust each other, trust in the process. I think they'll get themselves right back on track to hopefully salvage their season or have some highlights going into next season and having something to build upon.
For sure. Well, we're officially less than 1 month away from the season opener for Texas women's basketball, and although the Horns have lost some impactful seniors like Shea Hawley and Taylor Jones, they've gotten some key pieces back in Madison Booker and Rory Harmon, as well as key additions like Ashton Judd and Tejas Sidbury. After a Final Four appearance last year, how do you think the Horns will fare this year? Well, I will go ahead and start us off. It's literally almost the most wonderful time of the year, not just with Christmas, but also with basketball season. I've got the Horns to win with Rory Harmon running the point and Booker's scoring ability. Texas is ready to dominate the SEC and make another deep tournament push. Coach Vic Schaefer knows this team and has the talent and depth to compete at the highest level. Defensively, the team just continues to excel under coach, and returning players like Rory Harmon and newcomers like Ashton Judd and Taya Sidbury add depth and defensive powerness to the lineup. With the balanced offensive tack and stifling defense, Texas is just poised to make a deep run in the SEC playoffs and beyond the season this year. Texas has the talent and experience to make another NCAA tournament run with a realistic shot at a Final Four and maybe even a national championship.
Yeah, like we said right there about the national championship and Final Four picture, we do know that making it to any Final Four is an invaluable experience for any team, no matter the sport. That is an absolute one-of-a-time experience that I think all teams should have the opportunity to have. But, of course, you have to have all the right pieces to get there. So I like what you said, though, about Coach Vic Schaefer. He's definitely built a championship mindset and a championship culture for this team. And with all of their roster changes, transfers, graduation, I don't think this team will drop off one bit. I think they will still be in that top four conversation and eventually make it back to the Final Four. Now, like you said, we talked about Rory Harmon and Madison Booker, two of their key offensive players. But one player I want to highlight going into this season will be Jordan Lee. She is an absolute scorer coming off of the bench in sometimes. Coach Vic Schaefer subs her in, and she makes an absolute impact. I think if the Horns put all of their pieces together, along with their defensive line of Kyla Odeker, I think this team could make another run back to the Final Four.
Absolutely. Defense is one of the strongest on Texas Longhorns team, and I think that they have just a pretty promising season this year, and I'm excited. I'm excited to go through a potential Final Four experience, honestly.
Watch women's basketball, Texas women's basketball. That is an absolute blast to go see.
Well, we are going to go on our next commercial break, but when we come back, we will have our special guest, TJ, to come back on and do our final block of pick'ems. Stay tuned, and we're so excited to finish off this segment with you guys. Yeah, when we come back.
And welcome back to 1-0 Sports. Coming on right now, we have Tyler Stremwell. How are we doing today, Tyler?
I'm doing great. It's been a fun day kind of being in the back control room. Y'all are doing a fantastic job. It's been a really fun show, and I'm excited to get into our second to final block, some good old-fashioned trivia. I've made some questions that I think are pretty obscure and difficult. What we've done here is we've invited Roger back on. Roger, you know, from the Versus block. You did a great job in Versus, by the way.
Thank you.
And then we've got TJ Krylowitz, a 1-0 unk, who's been on the show more times than I've been on the show. He's going to come on. Creator of the trivia segment. Laura, I did not realize.
Oh, did not know that. Fun fact.
So we're going to go in. We've got 5 questions that I've created. I'm going to read them out. And then what we've done is we have 2 teams. So Jaden and TJ are going to be on a team. And Roger and Louie are going to be on a team. And whoever can get the highest score wins the trophy. So I'm sorry, this is no longer yours until you win it back. All right, so let's get right into it. Go into question 1. What 3 WNBA teams are tied for the most total championships? This is kind of a long one. So is it the Minnesota Lynx, Washington Mystics, and Detroit Shock, who are all tied together? The Houston Comets, Las Vegas Aces, and Los Angeles Sparks? The Houston Comets, Minnesota Lynx, and Seattle Storm? Or the Los Angeles Sparks, Seattle Storm, and Phoenix Mercury? So kind of like if you're having thoughts, just say them. What are y'all thinking?
Initial thoughts, I'm feeling the Aces. You know, they had a pretty good run with the Mia Hamm back in San Antonio as well. I'm not sure if those carry over to LA.
Do you mind if we see the graphic again? I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
keep
still
the
pretty
graphic
confident about
on.
Houston being a part of this.
I am too. Yeah, I was gonna say the comments have definitely made a lot of conference titles. I
don't even know what the comments are now. I don't know if they just disassembled or if they're different teams.
Yeah.
I feel like
Maybe.
Yeah.
Do I want to lock in? Let's say I'll trust you.
We're
if you
ready.
Want to go 2, but
Oh,
I think
but what if
Vegas-
it's 3?
I don't know if Vegas is, I think
So
it's
what we'll do is that whenever you're
Vegas
both
is
ready to
just
lock
a
in-
little bit too new of a team.
Okay.
I know that they moved from somewhere. I can't remember where.
Whenever you're both ready to lock in, I'll ask you, and y'all just put up the number with your hands at the same time.
Okay. All right, let's
Are we ready?
go 3.
You ready?
Ready.
3, 2, 1. Hold them up. We've got a 4 and we've got a 3. Let's show the answer. Number 3, the Houston Comets, Minnesota Lynx, and Seattle Storm, all tied with 4 titles. Now the Houston Comets, little Houston reference there. Houston won the first 4 WNBA titles from like 96
That's crazy.
to 2000, I think.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, all tied for 4. So right now we've got 1.2. We don't have team names. Do you have a team name?
Team Ball Knower.
Team
Ball
Ball
Knower and then Team-
Let's go.
Team first times.
Team first times. Team Ball Knower and Team First Times. Team Ball Knower's got 1. Team First Times got no points, but still anybody's game. We've got 4 questions left to go. Let's go over to question 2.
Ball.
Which team holds the record for the longest consecutive streak of appearing in the League Championship Series? This can be both AL or NL. Is it the Atlanta Braves, the New York Yankees, the Athletics, even though I couldn't put Oakland, which makes me upset, and I was not going to put West Sacramento, or the Houston Astros?
I'm gonna cross out 2 already. I think
I'm gonna go ahead and
this
say
is
it's
either
not the Athletics.
2 or 4.
Yeah, the Athletics, I'm pretty sure
The
that
Astros
they're
have been-
crumbling right now.
This is all time.
And the Yankees have been around for so long.
The Astros.
Like
just
the
did
Yankees,
that for
the Yankees are the
what,
Yankees.
7 years.
Yes.
We've got some really good conversations going on. It's fun to watch.
Always.
I never want to pick the Astros because they're
throughout the
anything.
entire
No offense.
time that they've existed, they've always made the playoffs.
27 championship rings. I mean,
And I,
come on.
I mean, it's a lot easier to make the league championship series back in the 40s and 30s.
Oh, it's all time. It's not this season.
Series. I want to say.
Now I'll make sure that we know this.
Houston
It's
went
not
like
all
crazy.
time
Yeah.
appearances. It's longest consecutive.
Oh, okay.
I want to say.
All time.
I want to go to the Yankees.
Yeah.
I feel like it's.
Okay, let me know when you're ready to lock it in.
You want to go 2? 2. Let's go 2. You can't go wrong.
I think we've got lock-ins here. Let's go ahead.
Oh,
Yeah,
this
we
guy
got-
always tries to throw us off.
That's the point. So, you ready?
I can't see.
We're ready. Are they ready?
The Yankees have to be the answer. Yeah.
Okay.
We're ready.
Let's do it. 1, 2, 3. Hold them up. Number 2 on both sides, and it is Atlanta.
I freaking had a feeling.
just
Oh,
The
Something
Atlanta
we
Braves
have to
in the
consider.
1990s with Greg Maddux
Yeah.
and Tom Glavine and Chipper Jones. 8 straight years. Number 2, Astros, 7 straight. up until last year. Rest in
Really?
peace.
The Yankees aren't even.
Yankees, not even in the top 3. Number 3 is actually the Athletics.
Knew they were
I
trying to-
know it was.
71 to 75. It was
Have
consecutive.
y'all never
Oh,
read
that's
Moneyball?
tough.
Oh my gosh.
That's
All right,
tough,
so
man.
no points either side.
Great question.
I feel good about this.
Great
It's
question.
It's still 1-0.
It's still 1-0. It's still
I knew
1-0.
he was gonna throw us off, ladies and gentlemen. I just knew
I wish
it.
I could update this, but I don't have enough time. So, all right, let's go into question 3. Still 1 ball knowers, 0 first timers. Let's go. Who was the last person to win the NFL MVP award in their rookie season? Was it Adrian Peterson, Jim Brown, Earl Campbell, Lawrence Taylor?
I don't think AP won it, but Earl Campbell for sure. Earl Campbell, I'm pretty sure won it his rookie year.
Well, obviously, the latest player is Adrian Peterson.
I know.
But
He's the most recent, but I don't know that I don't think he won it his rookie year.
Mahomie. Just kidding.
Oh, this is a tough one. Or
I don't know if it's his rookie year, but it could very well be. Earl Campbell. Tyler, you got me stumped.
I don't know. These are some really good questions.
I think so.
You did your
These were
research.
some
Let's-
great 2 a.m.
Let's-
2 a.m. Wikipedia holes
First
for the
answer
win.
was- second answer was.
AP.
Oh, we're going into numerology on my left here.
We're locked.
We've got locked in from the first
Thinking
timers.
about Lawrence.
Let's see.
Lawrence. All right.
All right.
We're going.
Let's go back
got
to
it.
camera here. All right, 3. I was able to. Oh, this
Sorry,
is
my
just
fault.
absolutely
I got too
incorrect.
excited.
This
there.
is
I already-
stressing me out right now. Oh my gosh.
All right, 0 to 1 here. Now we've got a little scoreboard here. All right, 3, 2, 1. Hold them up. Number 3, number 4. Let's go ahead and show it. Jim Brown is the first and the only person in history to win an NFL MVP in their rookie year.
I'm gonna start going with my gut because I was like,
We were trying to keep it
you
in the fan.
have
We
thrown
were
me
keeping
off
it in the fan.
every single
We're
time.
doing
for you,
It's
too.
never been the
Bro.
most evident answer. It's
You had to
really
pull
been-
for UT. I was pulling for Houston.
We were keeping
Houston
it in the
Oilers
fan.
legend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
You know what?
Tyler
I'm gonna
Rose,
go with my
which was coincidentally my nickname as a child from my uncle.
'Cause I thought Jim for a second.
So yeah, still 1-0, no points either way. Was not any of those. It was Jim Brown, first only person ever for the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah. Rookie,
No, I'm
rookie
so
year
sorry.
MVP.
Cleveland
Yeah.
Browns. Okay, let's go over to the next question. Still 1-0. Who is the oldest MLB player to ever win a World Series ring? Is it Carlos Beltran, Jack Quinn, Fernando Rodney, Dazzy Vance?
Tyler, I only know one person on this list.
How can you not pick someone named Dazzy Vance?
Dazzy Vance, bro. Did you make that up?
Shout out. That's a wicked name.
Is that what the
Shout
D or
out.
JD
No,
said?
there's no way Dazzy won a World Series ring.
Absolutely not.
I don't think Dazzy
No.
ever won a World Series ring.
Cross that out.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, that was
Get
hilarious.
this man Dazzy out of here.
Is that what the D and J Vance stands for?
We got you.
Jack Quinn sounds like a made-up name too. I'm like, I really am having trouble here.
Jack,
We're locked.
Jack
We're
Quinn.
ready.
Isn't that
Where do you
the
wanna
actor
go
from
with?
The Boys? Or is that, no, it's Jack Quaid.
Carlos Beltran sounds very
Jack Quaid.
promising, but at the same time,
Yeah, I'm putting, my chips are all
You said
in
you were
on-
gonna go
on
with
Dazzy
your gut.
Vance. Jazzy Dazzy Vance.
because I like there was a second I was like, it probably is Jim Brown, and then I was like, wait, no, like there's no way.
If I could give you a point
Should we
for
just
that,
go
I
with
would
Dazzy?
absolutely give you one, but I can't.
Just be different.
Be different. Okay, let's go back to camera here. I think, are we locked in on both sides?
Locked in.
Locked.
No, I don't know.
Just go with your gut here. We gotta go.
A random number.
We may not have any points, but we've
Let's see, let's just
been
pick a
locked in
random
first
number,
on
let's
every
see.
single
That's
one.
true.
So
Yeah.
We're
I
deciding.
You know what? We've got some efficiency over here, but you know what? There's no efficiency
They
points.
said they've been locked in
yeah,
first.
not efficient
We're
like
locked.
Torrey Stafford the other night. Not
No,
efficient like that.
not at all. All right,
kinda
let's go.
locked.
Hold them up. We've got 4, and we've got also 4. So
I
we've
can't-
got Dazzy Vance on both
came
sides.
around
I will
with
tell you,
Dazzy.
Dazzy Vance, not a made-up name. It's Jack Quinn. Jack Quinn, 1930 with the Philadelphia Athletics. He was 47 when he
Dazzy,
won a
wow.
World Series. He was a pitcher in the 1930s. All of these people are in the top 5. Dazzy Vance, real person. Carlos Beltran would be from like the 2017 Astros. Fernando Rodney with the 20. With, I
Dazzy,
believe
you let me down.
I believe it was I forget, but he was somewhere not too far away. So no points still. We've got 1 on my left, none on my right. So this is
1-0.
going to go.
Talk
Yeah.
about locked in.
We can
That
if
first
the
question was so important.
if the ball knowers get this one right, they clinch it. If not, if the first timers get it, we have a tie, and I
Feeling good.
I
just
did
gotta
not
match
make a
that
tiebreaker. So I'll have to think of
That's
one.
the strategy.
Let's go ahead and go to question 5. What is the record for the largest point total win in the history of the Red River Rivalry? Texas,
I looked this up. So
49-point win. Oklahoma, 52-point win. Texas, 67-point win. Oklahoma, 42-point win. And for more difficulty, I don't have the years or
Tyler,
the
was the 67 on purpose?
no.
What is up with all the kids? And
I honestly, I feel old because I don't really get it, but no.
We're locked, Tyler.
We have a lock on my left already.
I do think it's.
All right, let's test a quick lock in. Let's go for it. Let's go back to camera here. 1, 2, 3. Hold them up. 3, 1. Let's go for it. 2. It was 2.
Doesn't matter.
There was never a 67-point win. I took that score from the 2005 Big 12 championship. All of the rest were real games.
We need another
but it was
question.
Oklahoma. I believe it was 65-13 win. I don't remember what year.
Oh, I was gonna
So no points on that one, but that means because the first timers were not able to win a point in a 1-0 victory, it's the ball knowers.
I guess 2022 was like the largest shutout or something.
49
like
to 0. That would have been one of the ones on there.
Largest shutout.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I thought.
Largest
Yeah.
shutout, but
Okay,
that
good.
wasn't
It's okay.
it.
You're good.
So
That
we've
was
got.
good.
Do we have a speech? You want to say something?
You want me to say it?
Go ahead.
Look, trivia, classic part of Want to Know. Love it every time. Tyler's done a great job. We might not have lived up to the name, but you know what? We still won. We still can hold this trophy.
We weren't off.
We
You
get
were.
to go into Red River weekend with a trophy. And
Yes.
hopefully
Someone's
they
got
go
a
to that
trophy.
tomorrow.
Someone at UT has won a trophy.
Yep.
Might not happen on Saturday, so we'll
Us.
figure that out.
A hat. To be
All
specific.
right. So, when we come back, I'll be back in the control room. It's going to be TJ, Jaden, and Louie. They're going to go into our world famous Pick'em segment. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Fine.
And welcome back to 1-0 Sports. This has been an absolute blast. We've seen some insane clips. We've had a lot of fun at the same time. We've got TJ back on right here. How do you feel about being the champion?
I feel great, man. It's going to be something that I can carry on to this weekend, hopefully again. Carry it on to a Red River win on Saturday.
And everyone's hoping to see Texas Longhorns on top. OU rolling right now. We'll see how the game goes. We've got our co-host Jaden over here. How's it going over there, Jaden?
Pretty good. I'm excited for these pick'ems. I think there's some controversial topics in pick'ems, so we'll go ahead and see. Let's go ahead and dive right into it. Who do we got for Alabama and Missouri?
Yeah, to start, I'm gonna have to go with Missouri, shocking Alabama. Alabama's offense just has not been doing it for me. Even though they're getting wins, I just don't feel like they're in complete sync with one another. And Missouri's defense has been absolutely outstanding as of late. For this one, I'm going to have to go with Missouri beating Alabama.
And Louis, I think that you are completely right. I'm going to roll the dice on Mizzou here. The upset feels like it's very possible. The game, of course, it's going to be close. Bama's not going to get blown out, but the home field advantage for the Tigers, I think will put them over the Tide. They have an elite pass rush. They're ranked top 5 in pass rush efficiency. And I think Mizzou's running back, Ahmad Hardy, will run all over the Tide. Give me M-I-Z. Somebody's supposed to respond Z-O-U, but it's cool.
Yeah, like you said about Mizzou defense, that Mizzou Libero from their volleyball team is outstanding. Maya Sanch. So Mizzou doing some good defensive work over there.
I'm going to go completely opposite of both of y'all, and I've got Alabama over Missouri. Are y'all kidding? Oh my goodness. Alabama's defense is just solid. Like, Missouri has been rolling on the ground, but Crimson Tide's QB, Ty Simpson, and their defense have the edge. Expect a close one, but I've got Bama to pull off this win. I'm not going to say Roll Tide, but Roll Tide.
You think Columbia rushes the field? You think the Mizzou fans in Columbia, you think they rush the field if they beat Bama?
I think every team rushes the field when they beat Bama at this point.
It's a given. I mean, it's a given, but come on, y'all.
SEC, get that hefty fine ready.
Tweeting deleters, non-believers. We got Mizzou right here. Yeah.
Anyway, let's go ahead and move
for our
on.
second pick'em matchup, we've got number 1 Ohio State at number 17 Illinois. Jaden, who do you got on this one?
I mean, I'm going to upset both of y'all with this, but Ohio State, no doubt. Are we kidding? They're number 1 ranked team. Let's reference the fact that literally Illinois got blown out by Indiana by 53 points. The Buckeyes are rolling with the 5-0 record and a defense that allowed just 2 touchdowns the whole season. Illinois has been impressive, I'll give them that, but facing Ohio State at home is just such a challenge, and honestly, I'm going with the Buckeyes.
Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with the number 1 team, but unfortunately we've seen some number 1 teams this season fall pretty heavily in the rankings so far. So, this is Julian Saint's first year as college quarterback. This is going to be his first time really going and being challenged with a road environment. Why not keep the upset train going? They have had a challenging road game. Their schedule's super easy. If they're going to lose a game, it's either going to be this game or against Michigan. I think the running game for Illinois gets them over the top. They win the turnover battle. If they win the time of possession, they got this game in the bag. I can go with an Ohio State loss and the Fighting Illini, the win in crazy fashion tomorrow. Book it.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with TJ on this one with the upset of the Illini over the Ohio State Buckeyes. I just don't think that Ohio State will pull it off in such a tough away environment. I don't think they're ready for it. And Illinois' defense, going off of what you said about their offense is doing really well. But I think their defense will be key in this matchup. I got the upset of Illinois over Ohio State.
Let's go.
TJ, Louis, y'all are definitely very controversial. I love it. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the next game. Number 7, Indiana plays number 3, Oregon tomorrow. And just a Big Ten matchup. Louis, who do you got?
Yeah, for this one, I'm hopping off the upset train. I've got Oregon beating Indiana. Oregon has had a long history of being one of the most prominent teams of college football, whereas Indiana has only risen to prominence in the last few seasons. I don't think they're able to contend with a top team like Oregon. So I've got Oregon winning this one over Indiana.
I had a problem with something you said last time because you said Illinois, this is a team that got blown out by Indiana. Well, you know what? I think Indiana is a really, really solid team. Better than they were last year, actually, with Fernando Mendoza at QB. I'm gonna pick Indiana here. I think Dante Moore, Fernando Mendoza, he has the experience over Dante Moore. Am I crazy enough to say this? Yes, give me the Hoosiers. They're top 5 in the nation in the rush game. They almost have 270 yards on the ground. I think they dominate against Oregon's rush defense. They only sit at 39th in rush defense so far for the Ducks. That's not good for a top 10 team, especially playing against the top 10 team. So I'm going with the Hoosiers.
Yeah, not just a top 10 team, the number 1 team. Yeah, that's a tough game.
Tough game.
Well, no. I'm going Oregon, obviously. The Ducks are favored by 7.5 points. That's not a blowout, obviously, and the Ducks are 5-0. Quarterback Dante Moore has been stellar, completing 75% of his passes with 14 touchdowns and just 1 interception. Indiana's Fernando Mendoza is efficient. I'll give you that. But Oregon's offense is just explosive. I'm just taking Oregon to win big, and honestly, I'm going to give them their flowers. They deserve it. Oregon has been just, Indiana's good, but Oregon a little bit better, just a little bit.
Both teams get their flowers.
Absolutely,
this game.
absolutely, yeah.
Great matchup.
Fair here.
Yeah, so for our next game, we've got the Seahawks going up against the Jacksonville Jaguars. TJ, who do you got winning this one?
Oh, this one I'm not going to be as crazy on, especially with the NFL. Seattle's secondary, they're decimated right now with injuries. I think Witherspoon is not going to be playing. I have to go with Duval and Trevor Lawrence. He had a great game against Kansas City. He only had 1 bad interception that game. In other words, he had dots the entire game. That defense down in Jacksonville is also really special. Number 1 in the league in creating turnovers. And kind of fun stat, but Seattle only converts 3rd and longs at 13.3%. Jacksonville ranks in the top 5 in creating those situations. Give me Jacksonville.
I have to agree with you on this, TJ. I think that's a very good take, and I think the Jaguars are 4-1, rolling at home, and with Trevor Lawrence and his just dynamic offense, Seattle, honestly, their defense is tough, but Jacksonville's firepower is just way too much for
I agree.
the Seahawks. So I'm going to have to take the Jaguars as well to win this game, and I think it's going to be not as exciting, but I think we could see definitely a good game.
Yeah, I think for once we're all in consensus. I'm actually going to go with Jacksonville also. Trevor Lawrence, man, he's just been playing some great football. If y'all have not seen him play, y'all need to turn on the TV. I don't know what y'all are doing. Turn on the TV and watch Trevor Lawrence play some football. Their offense has looked absolutely balanced as of late. And the Seattle defense is good, but I just don't think they'll contend with them at all. I've got Jacksonville winning this game.
For sure. And let's go ahead and move on to the next game, the 49ers and the Bucks. What a tough game, y'all. This pick was
be a good
honestly great game. I couldn't really pick, honestly. I think both teams are just dominant, and I'm very split, but let's go ahead and start with Louis. What do you got?
For this one, I'm going to go with Tampa winning this one over San Francisco. And the reason for that, the Bucks defense has been absolutely phenomenal this season. They have been absolutely putting it to offenses on the other side. And Baker's been playing like he has absolutely nothing to lose. This team is going all out. I've got Tampa Bay.
Yeah, going off of that, I just love Tampa's offense right now. You can't go wrong with the rookie Emeka Ibuka just dominating right there at the receiver. And although I know it is OU weekend, I got to give my flowers to Baker Mayfield. He is a top 5, I will say a top 5 NFL quarterback right now. He is really, really carrying Tampa's offense. I think that he's better than Mac Jones, obviously, and Baker Mayfield. I think Tampa scored over 30 points, and I think only but 1 game so far this season. I think they score over 30 against the 49ers. Can Mac Jones get the 30 points? I don't know. Give me the Bucks.
Yeah. I think I had a split decision. This was probably a very tough one for me, but I'm going to go with the 49ers just to be different. But, honestly, we've got Brock Purdy and Christian McCaffrey that have the offense clicking, and the Niners defense is still one of the most dominant in the leagues, which is why their record is just so good. Tampa Bay's been solid, but San Francisco's balance on both sides of the ball just gives them the edge with both their offense and defense, and I think it's just going to be a great game, not a blowout, but going to be a pretty solid game, and I'm excited to watch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, some great football.
They definitely don't have that home field advantage in Tampa. That's not really that intimidating, so...
Yeah, and I think we've got an anticipated matchup for everyone. We've got the Lions at the Chiefs at the nightcap, actually, on prime time. TJ, who do you got winning this one?
Well, I mean, look, do we really think that Kansas City is going to drop to 2-4 by the end of this week?
No.
It just seems a little too good to be true for a lot of NFL fans. The Devil Magic and Arrowhead, it's going to be in full force Monday night. I believe it's a Monday night game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be in full force. Detroit, who hasn't had the best pass defense so far, or I guess recently in the last few weeks, they let Jake Browning kind of go off on them in crunch time or in garbage time. But I don't know. You can say whatever you want. That's kind of objective. But Kansas City, with their backs to the wall, I think they pull out a victory over Goff and the Lions like they did on opening week a few years back now.
For sure. I mean, honestly, I'm going to go the Lions. The Chiefs have just not been doing so hot, and let's just simply say this. They do not have a solid running game. I'm taking the Detroit Lions to beat the Chiefs, and honestly, just there have been so many great offensive players in this game, and I think that Detroit's physicality and balance just gives them the edge with just their star players on offense, and I just don't see the Chiefs pulling through on this one. They haven't been doing so good, like I said in the beginning of this segment, so yeah.
Yeah, with this one, I'm going to have to agree with Jaden just because the Lions are coming in hot. 4-1 is a pretty solid record for a team that has not been so prominent as of late in the last few seasons.
Right.
4-1 is pretty good against a team, of course, that is not doing so hot right now. 2-3, the Chiefs. I can see them dropping to 2-4 by the end of this week. I've got the Lions' physicality overpowering Mahomes in this one. I got the Lions winning this one.
Chiefs just look defeated at this point, so I think we're definitely gonna see a weird matchup, but it'll be good.
I think they'll get it together, though. It's a team that's won the division 9 straight years, 3 Super Bowls, I believe, in the last 6 or so years. They are going to be back.
Oh, well,
They're going to need that Taylor Swift if they want to pull it out. They're going to need some kind of magic, some enchanted something. They're going to need all that.
definitely. Let's move into an exciting topic, the WNBA Finals. The Aces versus the Mercury's Game 4 as Las Vegas leads 3-0. Louis, who do you got?
Well, for sure, I've definitely got Vegas winning this matchup. The Aces are peaking at exactly the right time that they need to. And we all know that Asia Wilson is absolutely dominant on the court. I've got the Aces winning this one.
Yeah, for sure.
And I might be crazy to pick Indiana over Oregon, but I'm not crazy to say that Mercury's going to come back from a 3-0 deficit, especially against a dynasty like the Las Vegas Aces. I think that maybe the Mercury, they might be able to take a game, in Phoenix, but once they get to Vegas, basically like everyone else, their luck's going to run out. I don't think that they're going to have the pedigree to keep up with the Aces. Their offense is too good. Their defense has been dominant as well this playoff run, so give me the Aces in 5.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah. I mean, the Aces, honestly, what more can I say? Asia Wilson is just a GOAT. I love their games. Their offense, their defense just looks so dominant, and it's honestly intimidating to the opponent teams, and I just think that this is going to be a very intriguing series, but I think I'm going to favor the Aces in this one. For sure.
Yeah, and with that, our next game, we've got some baseball coming up. We got the Tigers at the Mariners. TJ, who do you got with this one?
Yeah, with Tarek Skubal being on the mound for Detroit, Seattle's kind of failure to make the postseason, and when they do make the postseason, to fail to win those games, I just have a hard time picking Seattle. Detroit, although they had a terrible September, they have been able to come back. They won a gritty series against Cleveland, and I think that they'll do it again against Seattle. They've showed that they can win on the road against Cleveland. They'll do it again, especially if Skubal on the mound.
Okay, well, I guess I'm honestly going to choose the Tigers. After Game 4, we saw a blowout of 9-3, and honestly, the Tigers have been playing fearless baseball down the stretch, led by Riley Green and Spencer Torkelson at the plate. Their bullpen has just been clutch, and if the rotation holds up, Detroit can steal this one, just as we've seen in the series. So, I'm going Tigers.
Yeah, I'm going to have to disagree with y'all on this one. I got Seattle winning this game. The Mariners have been solid all year at home, going 51-30. and they have lots of bullpens that are rested and ready to go from game one. They are absolutely ready. I think that they're going to rely on that home field advantage heavily just because they know that this Detroit team has been on an absolute roll. But I've got Seattle winning this matchup.
Not a bad pick. They are pretty good at home this year.
Yeah.
Been pretty dominant. So
I have to agree.
We all know that home field plays a big advantage.
Next, we've got the Cubs at Brewers. Last night's game was pretty intense. I don't know if y'all watched the bottom of the 8th inning, but that was a good game.
I turned that TV off by that point. The Brewers were getting smacked.
Absolutely. So let's go ahead and start off with you, TJ. Who do you got for this game?
Yeah, I mean, much like Seattle, the Brewers are kind of in the same boat where they always struggle to make the postseason, and when they do, they always seem to collapse. But, I mean, we just can't forget that Milwaukee is the team that throughout the entire season was the number one team in run differential. They're the number one team in record-wise. They are a well-oiled brewing machine. I got to go with Milwaukee to close this series out. I had San Diego going against Chicago, and the Chicago proved me wrong. Maybe they proved me wrong again here, but I just can't pick against one of the best regular season teams, if not the best.
Yeah, I'm going to have to disagree with TJ on this one. I've got the Cubs winning this next game. Their bats have just been absolutely skyrocketing. Nick Horner has been absolutely locked in, hitting .429, 12 of 28. He is just firing on all cylinders. Michael Busch has been an absolute monster as well, hitting .792 in the slugging era with 4 home runs in the playoffs. I got the Cubs winning this matchup.
Yeah, I honestly have to agree with Louis on that one. The Cubs, even though the Brewers were leading in the beginning of the series, the Cubs definitely upset the Brewers last night, changing the whole tone of this series, giving the Cubs fans definite hope that they can lead and secure the playoffs, and potential, obviously.
Potentially.
But the Tigers' offense has been fire with Javier Baez and Riley Green just leading the charge. Their bullpen has been solid, and just with Tariq Skubal on the mound, it's looking like I'm gonna favor the Cubs in this series. I don't have definitive hope that they're gonna win, but I definitely know that after last night's game, it was definitely a change of tone, and I think that this whole series is just gonna be pretty exciting, and I think that this game is gonna determine the outcome, honestly. So yeah.
I may also argue that my first T-ball team was the Cubs, so might be a little bit biased. First T-ball team was the Cubs, in fact. But for our last pick'em, we've got Oklahoma versus Texas, the Red River Rivalry. TJ, I want to hear your take on this game coming up.
Well, I mean, this is always a very hard game to pick no matter what the circumstances are because anything can happen. But I hate to say it, the stats definitely pull towards the Sooners here this weekend. I mean, yes, Steve Sarkisian has said the practice has been intense. They've had a great practice this weekend, but he says that every week. I have no care in the world what he says in that press conference when he talks about practice because it's always good for him, apparently. So scratch that off the board. I think right now it looks like an OU victory. Their pass rush efficiency is top 5 nationally right now. We already know that, the O-line for Texas is just not too good. So I think that Arch is going to be scared for his life. He's going to be running. He's going to see Mason Thomas and Jalen Redmond in his nightmares for the rest of the week. They're able to force turnovers on Arch in the offense early. I think that's going to really, really take away that the determination that Texas has with their backs to the wall. And I think that takes the air out of it. So fortunately, I have to go with Oklahoma, but I wouldn't be surprised if I change my mind by the time that I get inside that stadium, though, tomorrow.
You're going to the game?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Never been. Maybe next year.
It's worth it.
Yeah, but for this one, I'm going to have to agree with TJ on this one. I'm just going to have to go with OU, simply based on the fact that they have been playing great football as of late. In all of the rankings, aside from everything, their game speaks for itself. They're playing much better football than the Texas Longhorns at the moment. Give me OU in this one. Sorry. OU.
You don't got to apologize, man.
Oh,
You're speaking your truth.
I mean, after last week's game, we just saw a complete set of defeat for all Texas fans across the world. I think that we all have just set in with this. It's a tough watch. I mean, it was definitely not what we expected, and I think that, as much as I really don't like the Sooners, they have so many just pros on their side. I think that they've completely, their offense is just super dominant in that sense. They've, definitely, they're 5-0 right now. I just think that they definitely could win this game, but give me Texas to go and beat the Sooners. I am not taking y'all's picks at all. I absolutely think Texas is going to come up. You know what? Give me this.
It would have been criminal if we all picked OU.
I can't even imagine us losing to Oklahoma. Let's just honestly give Arch his flowers, y'all. He has, even though Sarkisian said we've had to kind of clean up everything in practice, I genuinely think last week was a new playbook. It was a playbook change, and I think that, if anything, we just had to relearn the routes and everything that about our offense we just had to clean it up. And I think once our O-line gets it together, and if not, once our D-line gets it together, we'll prevent them from scoring. I'm going to go Texas, though, to secure the Red River Rivalry. I can't think anything more of it. Texas is just flat out. They have so many great players, and even though they were underperforming last week, I think Texas is going to take it, so hook them for sure.
And like Jaden said, that's an absolute playbook change that ultimately led Texas to a loss anyway, but
yeah. Let's go ahead and just cut everything out about Manning, too, because he's going to come through tomorrow. Trust and believe. No Boomer Sooner here.
We're looking at you, we're looking at you, New York Times.
Well, that's gonna
terrible
do it.
Article.
Yeah, that's gonna do it.
Makes
for this
journalism
week.
look terrible.
I agree, and that's gonna do it for this week's episode of 1-0. Don't forget to tune in on Tuesdays for a new episode of College Press Box at 6 p.m. Wednesdays live at 9 p.m. for a new episode of College Crossfire, and next Friday at 11 a.m. for another episode of this amazing show, 1-0. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend and hook 'em. No Boomer Sooners here.